Right. Great deal. So, hi, very good evening. Thank you, Vriddhi, for inviting me to this session. Let's call it a workshop, the name I like, because when we say session, it seems something which is one way. And when we say workshop, it means that the people who are listening, they also have to put some mind and, work in implementation. So, as I've been already introduced pretty generously by the host, my name is Satyam Khandelwal, and I'm into the field of career mentorship and soft skills training. Uh, I would be taking you through the importance of career mapping rather today, because that is the term which needs more understanding as compared to career counseling or career mentorship or career guidance. Career mapping is something where you can actually start the process of career mentorship without a career counselor. Yes, so I'm actually you know uh, talking about something which might be of financial loss to me and other career counselors. But yes, career mapping is something which you can start on your own, and that is why I would really like to speak on that front today. uh, Before we start speaking on career in general or career mapping in general, it is very important, and I always take care of this when we start something, whether it is a session, a workshop, uh, a webinar, or anything. Even if it is a two-way discussion on something, some topic, it is very important to understand why we are sitting here and why we want to discuss on that topic, right? So the why of career mapping, or the why of career counseling, or the why of career mentorship. If any one of you, I see around 70 plus participants here in this webinar, if any one of you here is someone who is extremely satisfied, 101% satisfied with whatever he or she is doing, who wakes up in the morning and thinks life is so beautiful, and I am actually able to do and achieve what I wanted to achieve, the self actualization. If it happens with you every day, then you can actually just log out of this session, because you can actually invest your time in something else, and probably you should consider organize a session. I would really like to attend that. So just on the lighter side, none of us, I have not find a single one of us, and I have not found as yet a single one of expert, or even I have had the opportunities to talk to some millionaires and billionaires, experts in different fields. None of them could actually confidently say that they are actually able to achieve everything that they want to, and they have every day they can completely they are completely satisfied with whatever they are doing. So if you think that there is some gap in what you want to do, that gap can be little, that gap can be huge, depending on what you do and what you want to do. If you think there is a gap, then you have the why for career mapping. Why is something which establishes the gap between what you want to do, or what you want to achieve, and where you are existingly there at present. So that is something which needs. Okay, we'll come to that point later. What is the need and what is the analysis? But that is a point where you establish the need. Any big idea, any big company, any big organization, any big product which has impacted the world comes out of a need establishment. In the same way, any big learning, mark my word, can only come through need establishment. If you establish the need for that learning will impact you positively. If you don't establish the need for that learning and you just go for something because it's happening, or because you want certificates, e-certificates probably, then there is no point in attending anything, because the need has not been established. So need here is the gap between what you want to do and what you are actually doing, where you want to be and where you actually are, right? If whatever I have talked about has made sense till now, please give me a yes on the comment box. On the chat box, can you just mark a yes so that I know that you guys are listening? And can I get a yes and a thumbs up? Yes or a thumbs up, so that I just know that whatever I'm talking about is making a little sense. Okay, thanks, Regine, Julius, and Nasreen. So I'm assuming three of you are actually extracting out sense from what I'm speaking. Okay, great. I've got some more yeses and more thumbs up. So great. Okay, we'll go ahead. Once the need is established, right? Once we know that there is a gap, then what is the approach? When you start thinking about your career before relying on anybody else externally, whether it is a career counselor or a career counseling agency or a psychometric assessment, no. Before going for anything like that, the first thing that the kind of approach that you should take is what is visible in the slide. Approach is first internal analysis, right? Internal analysis means the analysis of your interest and strength areas, interest areas as well as strength areas. And when we say interest and strength areas, I'm sure you know the meaning, but I'm not sure whether you know what is the exact difference. So in one sentence or one statement, if I'm asked to actually establish the difference between interest and strengths, interest is everything that we like doing. Whatever we like doing is interest, comes under interest. Strength is everything that we are good at. If you are good at something, it becomes our strength. It is very important for you guys to establish your interest as well as strength. For example, singing is one of my interest areas. Whenever I am even a little down or depressed, I just resort to music. I have some genres, specific genres which I pursue, and I just keep listening to music, keep singing to myself. I'm a bathroom singer as well. But if I really start singing here on this podium, I think the participant list will go down drastically, right? So that means that it is my interest area, but not my strength area, right? It is okay if I pursue singing as a hobby, music as a hobby. I cannot make a profession out of it, right? That is the difference between interest and strength. And it applies to everything. It applies to subjects that you're studying. And I'm told that there are students here, there are working professionals. So the subjects you're studying, the projects you're working at, you will always find things which are of your interest areas and things that are of your strength areas. Just start writing down. There is no format. Just put a heading is interest. Start not now, whenever you find time. Just start writing your interest areas. Can be singing, it can be traveling, it can be uh, socializing, it can be uh, possibly sports, athletics, calculations, data, anything. These are the interest areas. Strength areas are things that you are good at. It can be calculations, arithmetic, it can be memorizing, it can be critical thinking, right? Strength areas. When you do that, the results are good. When you do something, when you pursue something and the results are good, that becomes your strength area. So, interest and strengths, just keep writing it. And if you are writing anything less than 10 phrases under each interest as well as strength, then you're not analyzing yourself internally well, right? You're not analyzing well. So at least 10 areas of interest and 10 areas of strengths that you think yourself. It is fine if you don't find 10, but talk to people. Talk to your close teachers, talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, who you think know you better, right? People who know you better will clearly identify your interest and strength areas if you are not able to identify that. You don't need a professional counselors for that, right? Trust me. Just talk to the people who are close to you. It is established fact that if your profession comprises of something which includes your interest as well as strengths, you are poised to be successful and you're poised to be happy and satisfied. So it is very important that your profession, if not entirely, then at least comprises of some parts of your interest and strength areas, right? You can drive that profession really, really well, right? I can see some questions and comment coming on the chat box. We'll definitely, as the protocol goes, we'll take it at the last for sure, for sure. If you guys have understood how to do internal analysis rightly, just give me a yes or a thumbs up on the chat box before we go ahead. Before we go further, sorry. Yes or a thumbs up if you have understood internal analysis, interest and strengths, how to do it casually at home. Have you understood? Can I get a yes or a thumbs up? Anything would do. Great, great. So enough of yeses for me to go further. Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right. Moving on. Once you are done with internal analysis, ideally it tells you about yourself. It tells you about how, so what all is inside you, what do you want, what are you good at, everything is now on a paper, right? Then we go to external analysis. External analysis is something which establishes industry trends. Now listen to this very, very carefully, because we are living in the world which is influenced and uh, persuaded more by external factors. You will find this interesting. Not saying internal analysis is any less interesting, but then in general, the human behavior today is such that we don't analyze internally, we just analyze externally. We just follow external factors, which is important, but not without internal analysis. So internal analysis has its own importance. Freeze it. Go to external analysis. What is external analysis? External analysis is knowing then that what importance computer science held 10 years back, right? Today we are not talking about computer science. We are, I think we have to be on the first slide only, so we can just go back to the first slide. Yes. So external analysis says that you need to understand it is not about computer science anymore. It is more about artificial intelligence. It is more about cyber security. It is more about IoT, Internet of Things. External analysis means that it is not about management anymore. It is about marketing, digital marketing, public relations, financial management, project finance. External analysis means that it is not about education anymore. It is more about degrees. Sorry, it is more about skills. It is not about degrees anymore. It is more about skill sets. It is more about expertise. It is more about capabilities. External analysis means to understand that it is not about product anymore. It is not about services anymore. It is about core competencies. What is the competency for a particular organization? It is about understanding that the biggest of the companies today, highest of the turnovers today, are coming without products. You would have heard about Paytm, you would have heard about Airbnb, you would have heard about Uber. No assets, no products, just services. This is what is external analysis. When you do the external analysis, just forget about internal analysis. In general, whatever you like about the industry which is happening around you, whatever factors, whatever trends are happening around you, you just note them down. If you are a computer science person, note down what is happening in artificial intelligence, note down what is happening in cyber security, note down what is happening in cloud computing, what are the companies demanding, which kind of skill sets are required, right? If you are a management person, search about digital marketing, search about PR, search about business analytics, right? Search about supply chain management, and just note it down. What kind of skill sets are required? Once you are done with external analysis, just put both the papers together. Here is where you might require the help of a career mentor or a career counselor or a career guide, whatever you want to call them, people like us, to actually map. Why I say it is career mapping? Because we need to map your internal assets to your external environment. So internal assets is interest and strength areas to the external environment. If I am very basic example, very basic example, I am not good at mathematics. Right? I'm not good at mathematics. I don't like working with data. But somehow artificial intelligence excites me. Can I pursue it? Maybe not. Because to pursue artificial intelligence, you have to have a very core strength in numbers, in data, working with calculations. This is just one example, right? Don't just take it as I'm saying it. This is an example. If I'm not good with critical thinking, I might not want to become a lawyer, right? So the external analysis and the internal analysis have to be mapped together. And here is where you would need a counselor, a mentor, right? To identify where the mapping can be done for internal external analysis and which all professions can come in. So let's say I do my internal analysis, I list down my interest areas and strength areas, and I do the external analysis, what is happening in the industry, in my interest and strength areas, what all fields are coming up, what all expertise are required, what all skill sets are required, and I just map it on 2 pages, right? And I see that there are maybe 3 to 4 really good professions, maybe related, maybe unrelated, where I which I can pursue. I can be a management consultant, I can be a PR expert, I can be a business analyst. These things are coming in, right? Then the last step, which is mentioned in the career mapping first slide, the approach, is to establish the gap. And the gap is again where I am and where I can be or I want to be after analyzing internal and external analysis. Right? Internal done, external done, professions listed down. And now I am saying I am here and I want to go there. This is where I want to be. Yes, I want to be a PR expert. Or let's say I want to be a management consultant. And today I am here working as a branding head, let's say. Now from here to here will be the next slide. Can we go ahead? All right. Before again, same thing. Am I making sense? Can we have some yeses and some thumbs up? Should I get some motivation to go further? Few more thumbs ups. Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Moving on. So all the analysis part done, working on paper done. Now we are moving to the implementation part, and I'll thank Vriddhi or whoever is organizing this to you have actually bifurcated rightly. The three points, actually the first 3 points relate to mapping, mind management, and planning, and the next 3 points are actually related to implementation, where you need to actually start working. Once you identify the gap, it directly leads to goal setting. If after doing the first 3 steps, I say I want to be a management consultant, that automatically becomes my goal. I want to be a management consultant and I am here today. What is the gap? My goal becomes within 3 years, I want to position myself as a sought after management consultant. That is my professional goal setting. I have established the timeline. I have established where I want to be. Some of you might also want to establish financial goals, like I want to earn 3 lakhs per month, 2.5 lakhs per month, whatever, wherever you are and whatever you think is a realistic goal, as realistic as possible, as definite as possible. Like list it down. That becomes your goal setting. But that is nothing. That is still on paper, right? I want to be a management consultant. I want to earn 3 lakh rupees per month within 3 years. Great. I can go now and sleep, right? Goal setting is done. No, I am here. This is my goal. The only way to reach out whenever you think that you want to become something but you're not there yet, trust me, there can be only two possibilities. One, you're not working hard. Second, you're not skilled enough. In the last 3 to 4 years, the people I'm working with, my